Where are you currently based?
Out of a suitcase for the most part. For the last 3 years, I've been traveling all over the world and occasionally get an apartment for 3 weeks. Most recently, I had an apartment for a couple of weeks in Berlin. Now I'm here in Cape Town for the next 6 to 8 weeks, I hope.
Where did you grow up?
Cape Town, southern suburbs, kid.
Give me a bit of background. How did you come to invent your unique hybrid style of music, if I can call it that?
Well, as far as the writing side of it, I listen to a lot of different things. I listen to a lot of electronic music, a lot of hip-hop, but I love pop music and music with a bit of meaning and a bit of darkness to it as well. And I kind of threw together all the ingredients, and this is what comes out. And then as far as my live show, being a singer-songwriter on the guitar, I didn't want to be limited to just sort of strumming or picking. I wanted to be able to create the kind of music live that maybe a DJ would be able to play, and just using the guitar. So I started, trying to think outside the box. How can I make the guitar sound like drum and bass? How can I make like hip-hop record scratches on the guitar? And that's how I got into the way I perform live.
What would you say are your musical influences?
Bit of everything, and I'm always learning new things. Growing up, I was big into the Beatles and Paul Simon when I was first learning to write, and I discovered rock, and that led me to things like Depeche Mode and U2 for the Edge's guitar playing, and then the Chili Peppers led me into hip hop. It's like the 90s hip hop more so than now. Tribe Called Quest, even Outkast, and then got into trip hop, which has said things like that. A lot of darker pop music like Radiohead and The Cure, and wow, the list goes on. Electronic music, stuff like Bjork, Indian music I like really a lot.
Do you regard yourself as more popular overseas or than locally, or
Yeah.
What is your experience?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just beginning to be discovered locally. Had a #1 here now, and people starting to see me live and talk about what I'm doing. But yeah, I mean, I had records in the iTunes top 20 of #3 in Canada, #1 in Denmark. I had a #1 song in Russia. Even UK, I think I got to #20 on the iTunes charts, and a bunch of other countries. So South Africa is maybe one record late, but it's nice that it's starting to connect now. I don't know, as a live artist, that first tour I did with Tori Amos in America was hugely successful. Just out of the blue, surprised myself by getting standing ovations. Many of the nights we performed with Madison Square Garden, really big shows, and it was a very, very successful tour for me, given the people that have opened for her in the past. It's very promising anyway. As a live artist, maybe that. Some festivals also that I've done that have really kicked off even recently.
Are you working on another record?
Yes, well, I'm constantly writing. I've got 8 songs in my brain that are almost finished. Nothing's 100% song, but that's kind of why I'm here in Cape Town, to take a break and heal my body from the damage I've been doing it, and finish writing everything, and then next year, beginning of next year, go, I think, starting in California to get the pre-production done, and then possibly Stockholm, possibly Berlin, possibly London. I don't know who or where I'm going to record, but I want to have a 2012 release for sure.